multiverse lovers. I am back with another YouTube video today, and today we're going to be ranking my top 5 favorite Toy Stories of all time. And I'm not talking about Lightyear, because Lightyear is a bad movie, and yes, it does connect to the Toy Story universe, but however, I'm not going to name it because it's really not that good. It really doesn't revolve around, Woody, Buzz, and Jessie. But what I will rank is, the main 5, Toy Story movies. And a lot of people has already done this. I haven't done this yet because I watched the movie a little late. I watched what else? Oh yeah, I couldn't really decide on where should I rank them. And another thing I also had to do was I wanted to do something on the TV where I show you guys each picture of my favorite Toy Stories, and yeah, that's really it. But because the TV wasn't working, my phone wasn't working, so yeah. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, starting off at number 5, it is Toy Story 4. Now, why is this ranked, really low at this list? It is mainly because it's everybody doesn't really like this movie, because a lot of people will say, and I actually agree, that they should have ended it at Toy Story 3. And I actually agree, and I also heard that people were saying this was supposed to be the end of Andy's trilogy, but this was supposed to be the start of Bonnie's trilogy. But I still have to agree, the Toy Story trilogy should have ended right after Toy Story 3, because it was a good ending. What else? It was just a good ending. It was also you know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that when we talk about Toy Story 3. But anyway, another reason why this movie was really ranked low at the list is because it was a good movie, but there were some characters that weren't really being used all the time. I feel like Jessie should have been used. You guys know what I'm saying? She was there, but she wasn't being used like Woody, Loki, Buzz, Forky, Ducky and Bunny, Duke Kaboom. She wasn't being used how they were, the characters that I just said were used in this storyline. And what else? But I do also have to say, that's really it. Oh yeah, another thing, Gabby, she wasn't really a bad guy. I do think from Toy Story 5 and Toy Story 4, the characters, the villains that we're having, those are not bad guys. Those are just people who are just doing bad things, people are not trying to be evil, but however they were, at the end they started becoming, good guys. And I also have to say that this movie was also sad because, Woody left at the end, and this was the first movie that almost got me to cry though. And what else? Yeah, we also got introduced to new toys, which is Forky, Ducky and Bunny, Duke and Boom, and Gabby and the Combat Carls and all that. And the concept of the story of Toy Story 4 was you will lose toys, being a lost toy, and it's being a lost toy, and kids won't be playing with you no more, at all. And to be honest, here's another reason why I declare this is the worst Toy Story ever. It's because at the end of Toy Story 3, Bonnie promised Andy to take care of Woody.
You think you can take care of him for me? Okay then.
Stop the cap. And guess what? She did the exact opposite, and she doesn't even know in Toy Story 5 that Woody is actually missing. She doesn't even know this yet. So I feel this is at the bottom of my list. And the next Toy Story is Toy Story 5. Now, this is the most recent Toy Story, so if you guys haven't seen it, I think you guys would, skip. And I think it's better for y'all to skip, or y'all don't have to watch it. But what else? Oh yeah, but if you guys seen Toy Story 5, y'all can keep watching or something. I don't know. It's all up to you. But anyway, Toy Story 5. This movie really focused on tech versus toys, and Jesse carrying this movie alongside his bros, and Woody getting a smaller part because he's a lost toy and he's not buying the toy no more. Yeah, so yeah, that's really it. That's basically the story of the movie. But however, why do I put this at number 4? It's mainly because of all the other Toy Stories that are way better. I was trying to consider if this will be better than my next Toy Story, or if this is above the next Toy Story I'm going to be mentioning, or if this is below the next Toy Story I'm going to be announcing next. But I'd rather put this and it also relates to what's going on in today's world, which is kids are not going to be playing with toys, and they're getting technology at a young age, and yeah. And I also think watching Toy Story 5 made a lot better than Toy Story 4. It was mainly because of certain characters like Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, and all the original characters from Toy Story 3 are all being used. It's a way better movie because, once again, it relates to, what's going on in today's era. And yeah. And I do have to say something about this. Wait, what is, I want to talk about Woody real quick. I feel really Woody was here for, to help out and, for the jokes because, he's bald, he's in a beer belly. But anyway, I feel like they could have made a Toy Story movie without Woody, but I want to know what it would be like without Woody, and also if Woody's going to keep appearing in every Toy Story if they're going to keep making it. Well, let's say if he comes back in Toy Story 6, I think there is a way that Woody should come back to Bonnie or come back to the owner, so that the whole saga can, so that Woody can be, owner of a toy again or something. Let's just say that. But I want to talk about Lily Pad real quick. I think Lily Pad was a great villain, but however, with Gabby, now I think I've said something about Gabby Gabby. I think Gabby Gabby wasn't really a villain because all she wanted to do was really get Woody's voice box, and yeah, that's really it. But with Lily Pad, her villain arc was way different because she wasn't really she didn't come out as evil, but she came out when she started to, when the movie started to keep going, the movie really started to, focus on her villain arc, and she really wasn't really being evil until, when she basically messed up the whole, when she really, hurt Bonnie's feelings a little bit. So yeah, and then at the end they were all really good, so it's really okay. Now we have Toy Story 1 placed at number 3. Okay, what is up with Toy Story 1? Why do I have this at number 3? It's because of Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. Y'all are not gonna know which one I'm gonna put at one. Y'all are not gonna know which one I'm gonna put at number 1 or 2. But let me tell you guys something about Toy Story 1. Toy Story 1 had a great start. And then this is a good movie from start to finish. And I really like how they introduced, all the characters like Mr. Peter Pan, Rex, Slinky, Boki, Woody, and then when we got, when the birthday scene was going on, and then when Woody was being, replaced, and and then we also introduced Buzz, which is one of my favorite characters of all time. And I should have said that at the beginning of, this video. But anyway, what I really like about this movie was because, like, it was the first Toy Story I heard we watch. We always, sometimes we start on, sometimes we start, on the first, movie of a trilogy or of like a movie series or something. I don't know. But anyway, what made this movie like, a lot special was like, you really had to work on friendship, and the concept of the movie is that there's something that I recently mentioned in Toy Story 4 is that a lot of kids won't play with, with their toy dolls. I mean, the resources, are not going to notice and you're all going to forget. But however, this is a really different concept. It's similar, but for Toy Story 1, the concept was, your kids are going to have a new favorite toy to play with. I do this with my Titan Heroes, which is Marvel basically. So I always get like a new Titan hero all the time, and I will play with it all the time. Like because I recently had my last Titan hero before my recent one was, I think it was Venom, and then when I got a Deadpool figure, because I recently got that like months ago, and it's really one of my favorite characters. It's really one of my favorite Titan heroes because, like, friggin', you guys know what I mean. But anyway, about the movie though, I would say like the movie really focused on friendship, trusting each other, and watching Toy Story, watching this Toy Story, and then watching Toy Story 5. It's like, wow, I'm literally watching Toy Story, and I really watch all the Toy Stories. Like, I've been watching Toy Story for a very long time, and now I'm watching Toy Story 5 at the age of 16, and it's like, wow, I'm still staying here. So, and that's really it. Like, it's really the start of the franchise, the start of the trilogy, and it's also the start of the Andy trilogy. Alright, place that second place which is Toy Story 2. Now, you guys heard that, lots of things are not as good, like, Space Jam 2, what else? I guess, Space Jam 2, TASM 2, which is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Thor Dark World, and but however, this sequel is one of the greatest sequels of all time, and I'm talking about it's going to be compared to like I would say Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's version, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and what else? Empire Strikes Back. Like, I can go on, but this sequel really made its way up to the rankings of greatest sequels of all time. But let me guys tell you guys. I want to tell you guys something. Why? I want to tell you guys why I put this at number 2. So, Toy Story 2 was where all the characters came together. And I'm talking about with Bullseye and what I also like about this movie was that each character, the 3 main characters had roles. Now let's start off with Woody. Woody's arm was ripped, and he was like, I don't know what to do, and because the concept of the movie was like, toys won't last long, and what Sleepy P was also saying, like, toys won't last long. The kid is gonna, Andy's gonna, forget about you and all that. He's not gonna, do anything with you when he gets older. So basically, that's like, the concept of the story. And then Buzz, I feel like a lot of people were saying that Buzz didn't really have a big role, but he really took the lead. He really, became the leader when Woody was taken away. He took, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Pam, and Slinky. Like, he really, led the team. And Jessie, now her her story was like, she keeps getting abandoned because, Woody was about to see, before all of that, before all the, Woody stuff was going on, like, he was about to, stay with, he was about to stay with, Jesse, he was like, before all that, he was about to leave him. And when he was talking to Jesse, we had the backstory of Jesse, which is really sad because she was because she got abandoned by Emily, and and that's why she didn't want to go back into the story. And then now she's Andy's kid. Now she's with Bonnie, and that's really it. But really, in the great probably one of the best villains of Toy Story history, which is Sneaky Pete. He really tried to keep Woody, he literally ripped Woody's arm after getting fixed again. He literally did everything to like keep Woody to himself basically. And to be honest, like, I really like this movie. Like, that's really all I'm gonna say. Like, and the thing is, like, once again, everybody had a role, but like, everybody really had like a big role, and especially with all the three main characters. All right, at my number one, we had Toy Story 3. Why is Toy Story 3 at my number one? It's mainly because of like how because like this is basically my childhood in 2010. Like this movie really came out in 2010, right? Yeah, this movie came out in 2010. And how it started was Andy playing with the toys, and then as the movie goes on, we see toys in the toy box, and he's all grown up and he's got to go to college, and then that's where the concept of kids will grow up and you're gonna have to make a decision, and they won't play with toys no more, and you're also gonna have to make a decision to what to do with their toys, as you get older, basically. Like, you can donate them, go to the attic, or you can take them to college, to be honest. But anyway, what also made this movie so special is like, it was like, an escape movie. Like, you're trying to escape from prison, which is Sunnyside. You're also trying to escape from Bonnie's house to save your toys, to save your friends, basically. And you're also trying to escape out of the dumpster. And that is one of the greatest, and that's actually one of my favorite scenes ever. And also, I do think that certain characters really have their roles. Like, Woody was like, the leader, but like always. Buzz also had a role, which is, Spanish Buzz. Now, Jessie, I feel like she was just there, but like at the same time, she really had a role. Like, I feel like she was trying to, lead the team as well. Like, while Buzz was, trying to talk to lots of us. So, and another thing, this movie was so successful that it made a game. And me and my sister will play this game all the time. Yes, it was a Toy Story 3 game, and it really looked like this, basically. So I also gotta say, like, this game is also fun. Like, me and my sister will play, Woody's Roundup. We'll play some of the stories, and it's like so fun. Like, that me and my sister are like the only ones who know this game. And I think if you ask like someone like probably around my age or something, they're not gonna know the Toy Story game. But if my sister literally asks someone like, "Do you guys know the Toy Story game?" They might say yes, and they might say no. But like, that's like me and my sister's game though. So yeah, that's really it. But I also heard like this is one of the greatest animated movies of all time. It might be my favorite animated movie of all time. I don't know. But anyway, what made also Lotso being the villain, like he was like real evil. Like like I do remember in the dumpster scene, he was really trustworthy. And then until he said, "Where's your kid now, Sheriff?" That was really cold, and that was also very based on Lotso. Like this movie is so great. This is one of my favorite Toy Stories of all time. That is the end of today's video. Leave a comment down below and tell me, and this is question of the video, and tell me, what is your favorite Toy Story of all time? And y'all can rank them. Y'all can just tell me what is your favorite Toy Story of all time. Y'all can really give me some, y'all can just tell me like what is your least favorite Toy Story of all time. Like tell me something about Toy Story. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys leave appropriate comments down below. Give this video a like, subscribe to Multiverse Lovers, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.